sons, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Alright, today is September 22nd, 2022. It is 10:15 a.m. After I finished the first video, I went to eat. I was hungry, my stomach was mumbling. Alright, so some new subscribers, welcome. Let's go on Twitter. I came across one video. I just added it to my list while I was eating, and I saw it, and I made note of it to share it with you. So it's gonna be the first one. Alright. Quote, "You and all the other right-wing gammon media personalities have been bullying Meghan Markle since the word go. This guy phones and the LBC and let loose on Nick Ferrari." Oh, is that his name? Is that the same guy who said, I'm not gonna repeat what he said, but I'm gonna make reference to it. Before the Jubilee, he was at another show where he said something about the balcony for either the Sussexes, about the balcony. Alright, so let's listen. If you know what I'm talking about, you know, but I'm not gonna repeat it. I think even on the video, when I said it, I blur it out. I didn't want to put his nonsense out in the universe. Alright, let's listen.
So let's just clarify, you speak on behalf of most of the people you know, not most of Scotland. So on you go.
Yeah. The majority of people I know couldn't care less if the monarchy existed or didn't exist.
Okay.
I think the fact that we're talking about having a slimmed down monarchy, are we meant to be happy about this, Nick? You know, when people can't heat their houses, people are sending their kids to school hungry, you know?
There's the thing about the school. Kids going hungry. Okay, I need to stop somewhere, but because I spoke about this. Kids to school hungry, you know? So that's good to hear from somebody right in there, because I usually highlight some of these stuff.
You know?
I don't think you would be...
It makes my blood boil, Nick.
Okay.
When you hear people like yourself bullying Meghan Markle, That's what you're doing because she's a black woman or mixed
Wow.
race.
How did you
make
get
me
how,
sick, man.
how did you get from a conversation about a possible slim down coronation to your suggestion that I've been bullying
'Cause you
Meghan
have.
Markle? How did you get
Because he has. I've shared some of the. I think that's that guy. I don't know his name. Oh well, they said something Ferrari. But I think that's the same person who was in that other video where he said something about doing some unthinkable act at the balcony if they come to the Jubilee. Alright?
to your suggestion that I've been bullying Meghan Markle? How did you
and
get
all
to
the other
that?
right-wing gammon media personalities have been bullying Meghan Markle since the word go. Look at it during the Queen's period of mourning. Every time she held Harry's hands, Jesus, man, it was unbelievable.
What did I say?
Regarding
remind me, excuse me, that's quite a serious... Can you tell me what I said every time?
Nothing positive to say about her or Harry.
What did I say,
Nothing
Nick? Well, anyway,
positive to say about anybody.
we're going off the point. Okay, so you don't want a royal family, clearly.
No.
What will you replace?
French.
Okay, would you listen? What will you replace it with?
I'd replace it with an elected House of Lords.
An
Yeah,
elected House of Lords.
An elected House of Lords. We don't need an elected head of state in 2022. We are quite capable of making our own decisions, the people of the UK. And
I would imagine you're probably not a fully signed up fan of Boris Johnson or Theresa May or David Cameron. And that's when this nation has made its decisions. They should be in jail, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
for what they've done to this country. Brexit's ruined the country.
But hold on, hold on.
Well, you're bringing these guys' names up and he's telling you his reason. So this is someone who's paying attention. You didn't think he knows what he's talking about?
For making its decision. And so that was a decision they made that you didn't like.
No, they were the people that were pushing the right-wing agenda.
No, you can't. No, you are fundamentally wrong on every level.
Well, are you guys all happy with shit in your water right now? Fundamental wrong. So you go bathe in those rivers with shit in the water.
Because you want the
I
people.
think you're wrong on every level.
Well,
I think you're wrong on every level.
Currently, it's the Nick Ferrari breakfast show. When it's Clive's show, it'll be different. So let's.
Let me read some of the comments here. Good for him. Regular people see the hate perpetrated against Meghan daily by these gammons. He rightly called him out. Okay, where was the lie? Gammon and KK Karen spent every day waking hours bullying Meghan. Glad to see that many people are calling these so-called TV radio personalities out, and not to mention the lying gutter that is the day they fell. But hey, it's nothing to do with race. What is that?
That's all I'm saying. It's nothing to do with race. Nothing to do with race. Alright? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, where is this clip from? Alright, the man on the phone told the truth. Very brave and courageous of you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, Nick is really condescending, isn't he? Alright, so, okay, so there's more. So that was it. No lie detected. Alright, so I just added that. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, the Sussexes' popularity is corrosive to the well-being of the monarchy. Did I read this already? I feel like, maybe when I was looking at it. Okay, all they had to do to prevent the Sussexes from being as huge as they are was to leave them alone. I will never forget this. Before I even started focusing on them on this channel, Tina and Michelle, leave Meghan alone. They've been repeating that almost every time I listen to their podcast. Leave Meghan alone. That was the motto, for some reason. Alright, all they had to do to prevent the Sussexes from being as huge as they are was to leave them alone. They could even have used their invisible contract to freeze them. A whole lot of people wouldn't be here checking fight, hyping and writing so hard all day long. That's right. I'm telling you, for those who are new, because I know I just had 2 new subscribers today, is that I knew Meghan existed. I knew she existed, but I wasn't following her. A lot of people, celebrities I don't follow on social media, but when she married into the royal family, every now and then I was like, oh, let me check on my sis. Let me see how she's doing. By that I mean, when I see a headline or article about her, I'll click on it. Probably the day they fell, I wasn't fully aware of them the way that they are. I'll click on it and check, see what they're writing about. First one negative, the next one negative. Every single time that I click, it's negative, negative, negative. And then I was like, wait a second, wait. She's been living in the US and then in Canada for years. We never heard a beep about her. what the hell is going on? And this is how they got me. Okay, this is how they got me. And then now it's so unfair, because if they could do that to her, the amount of campaigning going against just one woman, can you imagine Princess Diana? She told us, for those who didn't believe her, Princess Diana told us, she warned us. All right?
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did. Absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife of the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
And more people eyes are being open. Okay, absolutely. Did I finish with it? Okay, all they had to do to prevent the Sussexes from being as huge as they are was to leave them alone. They could even have used their invisible contract to freeze them. A whole lot of people wouldn't be here checking, fighting, hyping, and fighting so hard all day long. Absolutely, the abuse is what create what they are calling the massive social media support, aka Sussex squad. Okay, this I agree with. The more the Sussexes succeed, the harder to sell the pro-monarchy argument. Service being universal is antithetical to the British monarchy that wants to be seen as the center of global importance. It's not. Yeah, I mean, each time they do their nonsense, they're putting their foot in their mouth, meaning the royal family. Okay, I just read that. Well said. They need the Sussex popularity. Nobody is checking for the others. Even, well, shit that happened yesterday in New York barely caused a buzz. It was, what is it? Oh, they they're suing I know the New York AG is suing Trump and some other thing that happened. There's I think something that happened in Puerto Rico, and I think some Tories are being investigated by the FBI. All of this, there's a lot going on. All right, let's see here. Well, shit that happened yesterday in New York barely caused a buzz. It was not on my timeline at all. Pound for pound, the Sussexes are undisputed, the crown jewel and the royal family. The amount of leaking shows it. Yep. Okay, the monarchy's worst fear has come. A royal more popular than the firm. Yep. I'm laughing at this. What are they smoking? Forced H to find his own way to Balmoral. Announced the Queen's passing before H planned. At some point, I need to go back to Omid's timeline to find all of this, because there was some stuff I missed in between, and I wasn't aware of some things. Okay, what are they smoking? Force H to find his own way to Balmoral. So did they do that? So when he get off the plane, that's what happened? Wow. Announced the Queen's passing before H plane landed. Wow. Preventing H from wearing his uniform and then remove the insignia. Uninvited Harry and Meghan to a reception. Okay, they ain't coming back and we're not forgetting. Okay, also to Harry not to bring Meghan to Balmoral. Yeah, I heard some stuff about that. This is where I'm a little bit confused in between. Okay, the monarchy isn't a person but an institution. How does it well-being come before the very people it seeks to exclude? And this is the thing where the royal family should have speak of. Maybe the firm will say they don't want Meghan to show up, but Meghan always spoke positively of the Queen, and this is where the royal family could speak and say no, she should come because she's part of the family. This is the thing. There is a distinction between the two. I think I understand it. Some squad said they don't care. They put all in one, but all right, let's read some more comment. The monarchy isn't a person but an institution. How does it well-being come before the very people it seeks to exclude? Make it make sense. Yep, and long may it continues. Okay, and it's purely because the royal family have set themselves up in opposition to and as antagonists of Harry and Meghan. That's right. That is true. If they had embraced, defended, and worked with them, the popularity of Harry and Meghan could have been their greatest strength. That is absolutely right. Let me finish with this. Okay, exactly. It didn't need to be either or. They could have blended the two blends to the benefit of the monarchy, but petty jealousies got in the way of rational thinking. Like I said, Charles, who's always being overshadowed, getting pissed, so he will never get that recognition that he wished for, because it's not gonna happen. All right, and then he doesn't know how to change. He's gonna continue. All right, they are still going on this old song. All right, let's see here. 45 seconds.
Meghan and Harry love story is a terrific story. It has unlimited fairy tale appeal.
I heard you were amazing in Chicago.
She does what she feels comes naturally.
Exactly.
And Harry is the most relaxed member of the royal family.
Do you see any scenario by which Harry and Meghan overshadow Kate and...
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, my God. Speaking the truth. All they had to do was embrace. I just don't understand these people. If you are freaking lazy and you have two people, two hard workers who's willing to work, and then the worst thing is they don't mind let you take the credit for, as long, because Harry and Meghan understand the objective. The people need the help. As long the people get the help, they don't care if you go cut ribbons. They don't care if you take all the glories and all of that. I just don't understand how could these two lazies decided to fight Harry and Meghan, who are the most hard workers, who will be more than happy to let them take all the credit. This is the most dumbest thing I could never understand. Believe me, I'll be more than happy and say, oh, Harry, Meghan, what would you like to do next? Let me go announce it for you. And then you could take over. Okay? That's all. That's all they had to do. Go play with your bushes, your rose bushes. Go play with whatever and stuff. Go pretend you're doing whatever. It won't matter. But for some reason, they had to pick a fight with them, and now they left. Now we get to see your stupidity. But anyway, let's continue.
Immediately was my first thought, you know, this could be a problem because Harry and Meghan are a very compelling couple.
Oh, the way she said it, I've heard this before, but listening to it again here, this could be a very big problem. And it is a problem. Well, it's not a problem. The institution made it a problem. All right, and it's coming back to haunt them. All right, let's say it's a very big problem. I think it's there. There. Look at her face when she said it's a very big problem.
This could be a problem because Harry and Meghan are a very compelling couple. They're very charismatic and very relaxed and easy. The cameras will follow them. William and Kate are... There's a much more rigidity to them.
Another word, they robot. Alright? How dare they be popular? Not like they couldn't have used that popularity to make the monarchy look good or anything. LOL. Okay, the arrogance of the royal family, royal rats, and the firm knows no boundaries. The UK is about to go through some things. And then someone put a comment out the other day, and I think it rings truth. Is that the reason the Queen did not abdicate, you know, to let Charles take over while she was alive, is because she knew Charles would ruin it. And we could see the crumble of it. You would have thought at the time when his mother passing, stay low. You know you have an attitude problem. Stay low. You know, pretend you're doing something. You're grieving. Whether or not you're grieving, I don't know if he's truly grieving. Pretend you're grieving in the background so people will feel more sorry for you. But no, you had to go sign things. People would have understand if you didn't want to do it on that particular day. There's no rush. The thing is yours. It is yours. There's no competition for it. I don't know why he had to do this, to show people on day one of the job his freaking attitude.
Prince Charles also has a legendary temper, as his staff know to their cost. One of his later butlers was Ken Stronach, who sold stories to the press which revealed what his master was like to serve.
Charles and Ken Stronach were away for a weekend with friends, staying at a friend's house, and Charles was trying to put his own collar studs in, which he doesn't normally do for his formal stuff. And he dropped one of the studs, and it sort of bounced around the sink and went down the plug hole. Charles was in a fury, just ripped the sink from the wall, threw it to the floor, shattered it into 1,000 pieces, retrieved the stud. Ken had to put it in. And then when Ken had put it in, Charles grabbed him by the throat.
Alright, so and he bring the royal rats who keep on talking about him, you know, pull out the sink, taking people's by the neck and all of that come true. To take garbage, you know, a letter from the garbage that right next to you, all of this, it brings truth. Alright, Charles want all the organic love that Harry and Meghan get freely. We is jealous. We is jealous. I guess who is jealous of the praises that are heaped on them? All he will hear is about his adulterous affair that led to the untimely death of Diana and his ambition to be a tampon. His ambition. The word ambition. Okay, Prince of Pegging have some project yesterday in New York. Oh, did he? So that's what they were talking about. He was in New York. I wasn't aware of that. Didn't hear nothing about it in the US. Now, if it was Prince Harry, everybody would be talking about it. So maybe this is why Harry and Meghan probably, I don't know if they flew in a day after the funeral. Maybe that's why they probably told them stay in the UK while William flew to the US so he could get so he's not overshadowed. I swear I didn't even know. That's why then he's supposed to do something in the UN. Okay, I need to look at this later to find out what the hell he did in New York. Okay, shorter the British monarchy. I have witnessed nothing but profound mediocrity. Alright, so that was that it all about, and finally it's out in the open. That's right. Okay, it is just the beginning. I said this over 1 year ago. If being outside the royal family looks more desirable than being in it, the Windsors are finished. Why should taxpayers support people who could do the same thing on their own dime? The UK press finally got the memo, hence these antagonistic articles. You'll be surprised because I was shocked after that particular election I keep on mentioning, where Bojo and all these cronies got re-elected and some more. You'll be surprised. They're reading the room, but the way they're reading the room is not to benefit the people, it's to benefit them. How they could change the narrative, make people vote against their own interests. So they're good at that. So I won't be surprised if they still remain. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. There's more comment, but let's move on. Next tweet. Okay, Tyler Perry opens up about letting Meghan and Prince Harry stay in his house during the difficult time. Alright, there's the People article, you guys could search for it. And I think I saw something on YouTube. I should have bookmarked it and shared, but I'm not gonna go in. The interviews on YouTube, when people put clips of it, I'll share it. Okay, Charles III is an evil and cruel king. Thank goodness for Tyler Perry. Okay, he has been king for a week. What has done that so evil and cruel already? The first day, Charles is cruel and evil man who automatically became king when his mother died. He's still the same cruel and evil piece of you know what he was, but now he's the king. Okay, what did he do? Look at day one when he was signing the paper, the way he direct the people to take the stuff from the table. Okay, so happy Tyler is not scared to show his support, unlike some people. Okay, I don't think at the beginning he wanted to take praise for it. I guess people are asking him, so you know, let it put out there. Okay, I love that this is a black man who saved a white prince from the UK. The tampon king has a few things to learn from a black man they refuse to shake hands with. Let him stay in his bubble. Alright, Tyler is just such a kind and hearted person. God bless this kind man always. God bless you. That's so nice of him. Alright, let's move on. I didn't hear his interview. After I finish record what I have here, I'll go and look for the video and then probably make it another video by itself. Alright, next tweet. Angela and Camilla didn't even wait 2 weeks to start trashing the queen to make Camilla look like a victim. What? Let them all destroy each other. There isn't a single good person left among the working royals. Oh my god, let me read this. Okay, it would have been a welcoming gesture to invite Camilla to the royal family's dance. What the hell? Are they still in mourning? What are they talking about dance? What? Oh my god. It would have been a welcoming gesture to invite Camilla to the royal family's dance of the decades at Windsor Castle 2 weeks later, but no invitation was proffered. A souvenir booklet from the party listed Prince Andrew's special guests included were Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of Robert Maxwell, and Jeffrey Epstein, who at the time was simply known as a man who enjoyed the company of beautiful women. Queen Elizabeth didn't black Andrew's, quote, special guest, end quote, but felt Camilla shouldn't be seen at the family's gathering. Andrew Parker Bowles was invited as a guest of Princess Anne. I've heard some stuff with Princess Anne with Andrew Parker Bowles. Maybe some stuff still going on. I don't know. This public humiliation was demeaning enough that it would have a surprise if Camilla had walked away, but she is made of a sterner stuff. When this was written, okay, September 22, they post that, which is today, but where did they get that from? Okay, yet they demand a certain memoir be cancelled. Okay, I guess Harry's memoir they're talking about. Laughing my ass off. I love it. Wow, such disrespect to the late queen. I'm telling you, I don't know when this was written. It sounds like something a couple years ago. I don't know. But Ghislaine is in jail, and the other one is dead. I don't know, but anyway, next to it, I'm seeing so many pictures of Kate looking furious when she is near Princess Meghan, who kicked up drama at an international funeral. Kate, your nouveau riche is showing. All right, when was that? That was the 20th, so which means during the funeral. Okay, so this is a late tweet that I came across today. Okay, I'm just glad Meghan didn't touch that woman once. What if she cried? Okay, it's the face of jealousy that eats her alive when she stands beside our Meghan. You can see it all over William's face too. They're so insecure and their own, my goodness, in their own captive royal world. It's their turn now to just wait and wait and wait to be old and grey as Charles to be king and queen. Well, at least William will not be waiting as long as his father, because his father waited since he was born pretty much. Alright, Kate has no class. Decorum is foreign to her. Wow, look at Meghan. And this here, well, this clip sort of cut it short. It like way before here, the PR guy spoke to William, probably told him to, you know, let's get a picture for all four of you. And Harry and Meghan was just following whatever they were doing. And then who was driving the car? William. Okay, look at Meghan's face. Look very, very uncomfortable. It's 15 seconds. There's no sound. Look at Meghan. Look at. Yep, that was it. Okay, let's see here. See how William starts frantically wave as if to avert Kate from taking Meghan down. He might have prevented a brawl in the street. I don't know about that. I don't even think when you look at the full clip, I don't even think Kate knew the memo that this is the reason why they bring Meghan and Harry out to take that photo up. You know, the Fab Four kind of thing they're trying to recreate. Maybe, okay, now it's a couple of days since this happened. That agreement. Look at video 1 of today. I think there's some tweet that I come across where they were discussing where Harry and Meghan are back in the US, but there was no settlement, whatever, with the royal family. I don't know what settlement, because they took everything from Harry. The only thing is just take their titles. But anyway, I don't think they care anyway. But the whole memo was for them to take that Fab Four, the picture of a Fab Four. So if Harry and Meghan probably agree with their BS, whatever it is that they discuss with the king or whatever, maybe they turn it down. They don't need their nonsense. So in one of my videos during the funeral thing, maybe before the funeral, the time of mourning leading up to the funeral, I was like, around this time they're probably doing some sort of discussion, certain agreement on all of that. And I'm pretty sure Harry probably told Charles, whatever Charles said, okay, go ahead, you could do it. You want to take the title? Fine, do that. And that probably pissed Charles up a bit more, because the way the institution grasp into titles and all this stuff, you know, they take it as if it's air and water to them. Harry probably said, go ahead, because Meghan doesn't care. If it's there, it belongs to them. Yes, they will take it. It's rightly so to fight for it. But if he wants to take it, trying to blackmail them here and there, Harry probably said, go ahead, I'm not gonna be bullied, like he said. All right, so let's move on. So they come back without any agreement because they already took everything away from them. Whatever they have right now that they built since they left the UK, it's with their own to wit. Look at Tyler Perry, give them the a time to breathe without asking them for a penny. I don't know. I need to listen to what Tyler Perry said. Without, you know, let them get themselves back on their feet. All right, next to it. The bracelet too. KKK, the Tomb Raider. The Tomb Raider. Oh my God, she's wearing the thing. Oh my God. This is sad. This is sad. This is sad. This is sad. I'm feeling the same thing that I said during Prince Philip's funeral, where, you know, I think they had something on his casket. I think it was his hat on top of the casket, and when I saw it, and I was like, look at this. They can't even take that with them into the afterlife. But that's all they're fighting for, material stuff. And then look at the Queen. All the nonsense I'm hearing, they, you know, with paintings and all the loot that they took from other countries and all of that, right in the basement. Did she take them with them? Nope, they're still there. There she is with the bracelet. There's with the thing in her neck. Let's see here. There's me here. No time to waste. Wow, just OMG. Wow. Okay, geez, KKK has no shame. Yeah, that's sad. Okay, y'all better check the earring as well. Man, squaddies know how to track down a receipt. That's for sure. She has those as well, by the looks of it. She wore it at the DOE, Duke of Edinburgh's funeral too. No shame, no shame. I'll be embarrassed to do that. I don't know. It doesn't look good. Okay, Gold Digger went full throttle. Okay, LOL, it's a set. The necklace, bracelet, and earring, KKK loves a set, and if she can never wears an individual piece when there's more to be had. What is it, when you look at, there was a picture of Camilla with some of the things Princess Diana wore. I don't know, these people have no shame. They have no shame. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. Next to it. Alright, she's the person the palace wanted Diana to be. Someone willing to endure anything in silence in order to be queen consort one day. There's a picture I have of her where she's looking. Is it her and Sophie looking at the crown? I'm like, oh my goodness. Like I said too in one of my videos. I think I make one video specifically for that. Where, what did I call it? The palace have what they were looking for, something like that. Why are they complaining? So yeah, it is. This is exactly what they got. She worked her whole entire life to be in that position. My goodness. Okay, that's why the firm made her cosplay this clothes. She was always going to be what Diana could have been if she had just stayed silent and taken the abuse. She's the royal family mannequin with no personality, so the public could dress her up however they want. Oh my God, it backfired. Diana will never. That's right. And they keep on saying she's the next Diana, she's the next Diana. Yet during Diana's time, the same people who's bad mouthing Meghan, they're still alive. They are still alive. They're doing the same thing. The exact same thing. Okay, when William divorces her for someone that he can love and respect, we'll see KKK express herself in ways unseen as she loses billions of dollars. What is it? William probably just waiting until the time is right. Okay, I don't think he'll divorce her. He can do whatever he wants. Kate will never do or say anything to risk her position as queen consort on deck. Plus, Bill doesn't have the capacity to love and respect anyone but himself. Oh, he's Prince of Begging. Oh my God, I made that video. I think YouTube blacked it. Maybe I should put it out once. Really quickly for 30 minutes. For those who are new could see it. I think YouTube did something to the video and I put it private right away for being a beggar. Right, that very press saying Kate will be the next Diana tried to destroy her to protect Charles. Sound familiar today, doesn't it? Camilla Tominey is a liar, doesn't even believe what she's saying. If she step out of line, she will be silenced or she will have to leave. That's probably right. That's what happened to Diana, because she spoke up for herself. In that interview, Diana said, quote, "There are 3 of us in this marriage, so it's getting rather crowded." Camilla deceived and manipulated Diana. Yep. And this is what really bothers majority of people. You know what, let me leave that topic alone. Tominey is reaching. Diana was unique, 1 in a million. Kate hasn't got the charisma, the compassion necessary to even get a hairbreadth near to Diana's legacy. Kate not reaching. They groomed Kate to be what Diana never was, a Stepford wife. I've always said, you know, what will I say that? When they want something, okay, they crave for something. This person is right. Where was I reading it so I don't lose it? They crave for something. When they see someone is popular, they want that popularity, and then if that person play along with it, they calm that person down to shape it into a freaking mannequin. This is a perfect example. I've said this in other video. This person is absolutely right. If Diana had listened to them and turn into that mannequin of a person, okay, then Diana could never be what she was. Okay, and the same thing, they probably, well, they never give Meghan a chance anyway, so who give a damn about them anyway? All right, not reaching. They groom Kate to be what Diana never was, a Stepford wife, smiling and reaching. Reaching like an automated doll, and knowing her place in the family pecking order. Yeah, these people, like I always said, they are freaking machine. They want things in a straight line, blip blip blip. So anything that they don't know or they're not aware of, they go crazy. Look at about Harry's book. They're going crazy for it because they don't know what's in it. Another example, look at the Oprah interview. They went crazy not knowing what was said. And there was one more. I think it was a documentary on ITV where the Princess, I think they call it the Princess or something like that. They went crazy. They wanted to see what was said, and because they didn't know, they go crazy. So they want to know, that way they could plan ahead, so they could either sabotage or come out with some BS like the bullying for the Oprah interview and all this crazy stuff. Yeah, Diana was not dumb. That's exactly that, because Diana was quiet and mellow. They thought they could take advantage of her. I'm pretty sure they searched really hard to take advantage of one of the, you know, an innocent person, so they could do whatever they want. But Diana was very smart. Okay, Diana was not dumb. Kate is no way can fill her shoes. She is too incompetent and lazy. Not only that, not only incompetent and lazy, she's dumb as well, because you have Harry and Meghan who's willing to do the work instead of shut your freaking mouth. Okay, and all you have to do in the background, ask Harry and Meghan, what do you want me to do? Or should I go cut the ribbon? Let me cut the ribbon because I'm gonna be queen consort and all of that. So all she had to do is shut the F up, let Harry and Meghan do their stuff. Or if she was smart enough and asked Harry and Meghan, what project will you want to do? That way I could advocate for you in the background, okay, and then go do it, but let me go cut the ribbons. This kind of thing. This is what I would have done. Okay, my goodness, Diana earned every bit of adoration by being caring, humanitarian, and genuinely kind soul. For KKK to be giving the Diana figure honor is the most white privileged thing I have seen today, considering it is Meghan who is everything Diana was. Okay, never. Princess Diana had a heart for people, and she didn't fake it until make it. She didn't fake it until make it. When God made Princess Diana, he made her one of a kind. That's for sure. And the other thing I've said in other video is that one of the reasons I think Diana was made in this for this earth is to be, as hard it's hard for me to say it, is that she was made to be a sacrifice for people to see as a stepping stone the crumble of the monarchy. Okay, you have this innocent woman who was privately doing her own thing, and then of all people, okay, and then Charles did not want to marry her. Okay, it's through pressure from her family, okay, the institution. So Diana was made for that. Of all people on this planet, they choose her. And then she was the most innocent of all people to be doing this kind of mistreatment. And then through that, and there's Harry who came out of her to do is like continuing her work. Okay, so this is why our prayers needs to continue and be strong for them, for the Sussexes. And then, you know, Princess Diana was dating another how do you call this, nationality, and then that happened, and then you see Harry went even further, marry someone a different culture, a different background. All right, somewhat, you know, you could see the similarities. Meghan is not Princess Diana. I'm not saying Meghan is Princess. I'm not saying that. Okay, we could see the similarities. So all of these are sacrifices that is being made for us to see how the institution, the firm, is such a savage kind of institution. And another comparison as well, Meghan of all people, this is the one Harry decided to marry, the most well-rounded person who's been doing a lot of good things way before she met Harry, and then everything she's been doing before Harry, okay, are all positive. Nobody could come out, even money, they will not get people to talk negative about Meghan.
No, we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter, and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing. Right. You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
Nobody could come out, even money, they will not get people to talk negative about Meghan.
I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is, it's sort of
got the topless girl on page 3. That's all you need to know.
And they called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family and the arguments between Meghan and Kate. And I said, I'm really sorry, I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm to write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, you know.
So the institution, they're picking the wrong person to fight with.
So what is the one message that you really want young women and women in general to just, you know, really focus on as they navigate through life?
Yeah, I think there are a couple things, you know, for me, and I remind myself and my friends of that as well, is that, A, we just need to be kinder to ourselves, truly. You know, if we treated ourselves the way we do our best friend.
Yeah,
can
or
you
our dogs.
Yeah, or our dogs. Can you, for you and I especially, like, can you imagine how much better off we would be to just say, can sometimes be so judgmental and unkind, and so I think I would never treat my best friend that way. So to treat yourself like you're your own best friend, and to also just like try to find a space inside of you that it reminds yourself that yes, you can have questions of self-doubt, and that's going to come up, that's human, but at the end of the day, you are enough exactly as you are, I think is really important to remind ourselves of.
So the institution, they're picking the wrong person to fight with.
It's fun, and also we're all in Toronto where we film the show, so we become a little family. So really, I think we all sort of lean on each other. I don't have to balance two beautiful little girls like Sarah does, but she does it so well, and like I think we all just manage to support each other with whatever comes up.
I'll give you an example. I was working till 4:30 in the morning on a Friday night, and my husband was traveling for business. And on Saturday morning at 7:30, right about 20 minutes after the kids woke up, my front door bell rings, and it's Meghan with scones and Starbucks. And we turned on cartoons, and the girls were like, what is this amazing thing called a scone? And we let them eat them in bed and get crumbs everywhere. And it was just exactly what I needed, you know, off in Toronto, and really, really delirious morning to have my friend show up and save me.
How would I not do it? I mean, we're about to start filming season 4, and so I think, you know, we're just so grateful that people have responded so well to the show, that you know, if we're lucky enough to have 5, 6, 7 seasons, that these friendships that you see us develop on camera are really a reflection of how well we all get along off camera.
Yeah.
And it's not just that cliche of, oh, we're friends with everyone, but you actually are.
Yeah, not lying.
We actually really like each other. And it's funny, like, I'm getting excited to go back. It's almost like going back to camp or like back to school night. So, more fun to be had.
Well, the chemistry really shows on screen. I'm excited for the rest of season 3.
Yes.
And congratulations on everything, you guys.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We've switched to the 9 o'clock hour, too, for these back 6 that are airing. So it'll be March 6th? March 6th at 9 p.m.
I know fans have waited so long for the rest of the season, too.
Thank you for hanging in with us. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So, the institution, they're picking the wrong person to fight with.
Dear Michelle, you are so strong and so wonderful.
This letter is nearly 20 years old. This letter is nearly 20 years old, and it's from Meghan Markle. And it's from Meghan Markle. And it's from Meghan Markle.
I am here if you ever need me. I love you, Meghan.
Michelle Fanara, who went to high school with the Duchess, has cherished it ever since she got it in 1999.
It just kind of made me feel a little bit more special because she didn't have to write me a letter, but she did.
They're picking the wrong person to fight with.
They see me as a threat of some kind. And I'm here to do good. I'm not a destructive person.
They're picking the wrong person to fight with. We need to stop and think. For those who probably somewhat confused as to what Princess Diana went through and what Meghan is going through, is that we have to look into the royal family history. Okay?
Right. The monarchy symbolizes the entrenched inequalities in this country. Wealth, class, privilege, race, so much more. And let me just point to what the protester said earlier. If they're only symbolic, what is the point of them? But we know they're not just symbolic. They actually have power. The monarch has political power. He's a political head of state.
Thank you.
And they play a diplomatic role. They use their power to be able to secure exemptions for themselves, like like Queen Elizabeth did in securing exemptions from race discrimination laws, sex discrimination laws, and so many other things. So
we have to look into the royal family history. Okay?
The monarchy is so far above the very people that they're meant to serve. There is no transparency. There's no accountability when it comes to the monarchy. That is the very opposite of what democracy is about.
Throughout their history, it doesn't look good. Every places that they have passed through or they went is destruction after destruction. You're telling me 2 women, innocent women, just married into the royal family, and then all of a sudden they so bad, worse than what the royal family have done throughout their history? We need to put one and one together and say, wait a second, this doesn't sound right. You got this woman, you never hear a beep about her until she married into the royal family, which means that her core values doesn't match with the royal family. So she's not a destruction person like them, so they can't accept that. They want destructive people or someone they could manipulate so they could mold and then put in front of them so they could do their dirty work for them. So we need to think about that. For centuries after centuries, they've been doing so many things. And it even as recently as in our time, going to the Middle East, getting bags of cash. What did he do that is so wonderful that he needs to get bags of cash? What did he do? People need to ask themselves some question. What did you do to deserve the money? Because it seems like everything that Meghan does and Harry do to live and survive, it seems like they don't deserve it. But what did he do to get those bags of cash that he did so wonderful? Did he solve cancer? Did he solve wealth problem? If he did, I want to know. So we need to think about that. You got Princess Diana, an innocent woman who married into the royal family. They tried to destroy her. Well, not try, they did. They did, until she went down under. Even as she lay, trying to lay peacefully, they sent her son to go do some bed mouthing about her.
He accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Enjoying, maybe needing this attention, needing to talk about these stories.
Well, the thing is, we got on, and you know, we talked, and she would twinkle, and I was twinkling. I mean, she had a fantastic smile. So if she smiled, I would smile, she'd smile back, and so you get to a place which is you're having a nice time.
The revelations came one
traumatized me
after another.
So I took it out on myself.
From a woman looking back on some of the worst years of her life.
Each time I was knocked down, I came back up again.
To a man she hardly knew. Why did she do it? Were these the outbursts of a frustrated and reckless woman pushed past the point of caring? Or, after so many years of emotional isolation, was Diana just relieved to have a sympathetic ear?
Why do they see you as a threat?
I think every strong woman in history has had to walk down a similar path, and I think it's the strength that causes the confusion and the fear. Why is she strong? Where does she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going to use it? Why do the public still support her? When I say public, you go into an engagement and there's a great many people there.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife of the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
Self-destruction. They're picking the wrong person to fight with.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable, you know? Like, I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like, that is all very new. And so to be able to show, like, you want that, you could totally have that. And to be able to show, like, you want that, you could totally have that. And you were enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people, like Emily, who's right here. I only know her through Twitter, and I knew she was coming because I saw it on social media.
Stop it, really?
Yes, and she's going on a trip soon to Costa Rica to do some aid work because she said that my UN stuff inspired her. Because she said that my UN stuff inspired her. Now, equality means that President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, whose country I recently visited as part of my learning mission with UN Women, it means that he is equal to the little girl at the Gihembe refugee camp who is dreaming about being president one day. Equality means that UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is equal to the young intern at the UN who is dreaming about shaking his hand. It means that a wife is equal to her husband, a sister to her brother. Not better, not worse. They are equal. UN Women, as you guys know, has defined the year 2030 as the expiration date for gender inequality. And here's what's staggering. The studies show that at the current rate, the elimination of gender inequality won't be possible until 2095. That's another 80 years from now. And when it comes to women's political participation and leadership, the percentage of female parliamentarians globally has only increased by 11% since 1995. 11%? In 20 years? Come on. This has to change. Women make up more than half of the world's population and potential. So it is neither just nor practical for their voices, for our voices, to go unheard at the highest levels of decision making. The way that we change that, in my opinion, is to mobilize girls.
I wrote you a letter. I brought it. Okay, that is amazing.
It's so good to finally meet you. It's so great to meet you. We'll take. Oh! This is. I got a big letter from him. Oh no.
I also have a letter from Seoul, who is Meghan Markle.
Oh yeah, in Brazil.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mine and hers, and then
I'll talk to you right after.
Okay.
We'll finish the interview.
That is so cool. That's actually like
sweet.
Seriously,
Aw.
using your outreach for good, to connect with people. Seriously,
Aw.
using your outreach for good, to connect with people.
And slowly you find your way and you start to realize that you've got an incredible platform to make really positive change.
Well, you know, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure. We can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about
women's rights.
Women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external. Bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
Savage AF. Savage. Savage AF.
Well, you know, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure. We can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about
women's rights.
Women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
All these are sacrifices. That's what I'm trying to make the comparison. Sacrifices. And then as me, when we're raising our kids, let them aware sacrifices people have made, especially if you live in the UK, certain sacrifices people have made. That way when later on, maybe it may not be in our lifetime, when we are gone and maybe the environment is a bit much different, we could tell our great-grandkids, this is who did the sacrifices. Look at Harry, a vet. He's doing so much more for people who risk their lives in the battlefield. And this is how they're treating him. Let's not forget about that. Educate our kids because they're trying to erase all of this. As we're moving forward, not even as we're moving forward, as soon as the thing is done, those people who's inflicting pain onto the people who's doing the hard work, they're trying to erase it. Look at the Tom Brower book. Okay, they're already trying to erase Meghan thing, creating a different narrative. So we need, you know, like the old days where word of mouth is like the history. Don't forget, keep telling your kids the things that you are seeing, because that is, we are living in a history. The minute we just say something, it's already history. So let our kids understand the environment around them. That way when people are presenting them with bullshit, we could say, no, this is not the way it happened. Because those people who are in the position, the media, who's writing history books, this and that, they could easily rewritten everything. And our kids will not know the truth. Okay, we are the witnesses. I keep on saying that in many other videos. We are the witnesses. Let our children know. At a certain age, let's not forget, at a decent age. But don't let them rely on the media, on those idiots who's writing books full of lies to tell them what the history is, where when they're actually speaking with some intelligent people, they don't look dumb in front of them. Okay, like if they speak with someone like Dr. Scholler will be like, oh, are you embarrassing? Let me move on. So this is why we need to speak to our kids. Let them see what's going on. Alright, next tweet. Oh, did I miss something here? Let's see. Okay, next tweet. Okay, I've said this several times, but there's no way the public will stand by and let the white woman be vilified daily for several years the way Meghan has. Hallie Willoughby has been getting flack for queue jumping, and Piers, quote, how dare Meghan ride on a banana, and quote, has already leaped to her defense. What is that? This is a public flagging. Piers Morgan defend Hallie Willoughby and Philip Schofield over Q-Gate and ridiculous petition to have them sacked as This Morning hosts battle to keep their jobs amid growing backlash. Okay, I did hear some stuff about them. I guess during not the funeral, when the casket was laying for viewing, they jumped the line or something like that. So, okay, so I see what this person is saying here. So I remember showing there were a whole bunch of people on the line to see the casket. So they jumped the line. So people are upset about it. I even think, what's this guy? Beckham was saying some stuff about it. So all of a sudden, Piers Morgan is coming for her defense. I see what she's saying here. But in some, I don't know. I'll just leave it alone. But yeah, I see the difference here. Meghan riding on a banana, you know, so I know what she make reference to, writing some positive stuff on the banana for those people. But Piers had a hard time on Meghan for doing that. But this woman who so many people were waiting online, and I don't know if it's true, if she did jump or not, but I did hear they said Beckham was upset about that as well. But Piers Morgan was to come on her defense. Okay, I see the comparison. Let me see what else some people are saying. Several people have spoken up against the hate toward Meghan, but it hasn't stopped. It only intensified. Over the last few days, people have risen to support her. In spite of that, the attack persists. We, Harry and Meghan supporters, need to change our strategy on how we destroy the hate. I don't know. Just keep telling the truth. I don't know. I haven't found a different course. I don't know. YouTube tried to demonetize some of my thing. I don't care. I still put them out. I don't know. Let's see. Let me show you some of the things that YouTube. Alright, look at this. They still haven't approved these. Look at this. Limited. All of this. Alright, they've been there for weeks. I don't know how many days or how many videos I've shared this with you. They still haven't changed a thing. Alright, so let's go back to Twitter. So I don't know if you guys find a better way. Let me know. I know I'm not on a lot of social media like TikTok and all of that. I don't plan on being on TikTok. Okay, and I need to post more on IG because I'm already there. But other than that, Facebook, I'm not too fond of it. I have an account, but nah. Okay, I've been using the same language the tabloids do, Friends of the Royal Family or the Mouthpiece of Charles. I will continue using the language they use against Harry and Meghan, spoiling $14 million mansion versus 90 acres, 82 million palace on a dozen. These people will never play fair. Alright, I said this all the time. The British media wouldn't be so blatantly racist against Meghan if most white Brits were not racist. Okay, white Brits will have shut white Brits will have shut it down. I mean, I always said this is the place where it originated. Even though if Harry said, differentiate, trying to be a good political thing here, because the world stage will always be looking at him. So he wants to differentiate the people versus the media. But yeah, it's originated over there. If they wanted it to stop, it would have stopped. Alright, haven't you heard? Only little white women are supposed to be defending by the likes of this buffoon even when they actually in the wrong. Pierce and Osborne were attacking Meghan because she said things about British royal family on those things will have hurt Queen, as no one likes to see their family's bad mouth. So Queen Elizabeth II must be upset every day for the attack on Harry and Meghan, or Harry and Meghan not also Queen Elizabeth II family that she worry about. I mean, they went to see her several times, and I'm sure there are times we don't even know or they didn't even mention they seen the Queen. So if the Queen was so upset, guess what? She will not let them come in. After this, that's it. What is this now? Piers Morgan mental health reverse for not sneering. Lecture for the big white block. What a surprise. What is that? The big white block. Okay, freeze your screen and read. Let me go to the next tweet. we see Piers Morgan. I mean, I first came aware of Piers Morgan when he was on CNN in the US, and I listened to him once, and every time I see him on CNN, before they even fire him, okay, I don't know if he was fired or he quit, whatever it was. Every time I see him, I just turn the channel. Alright, so just once. And then for the other one who did the Panorama interview with Princess Diana, what's his name? That guy. When he interviewed Michael Jackson, in front of Michael Jackson, he was saying some nice word or whatever, but when he was in the studio, there was some aftermath of things. The way he was talking, I was done with him as well. I was like, what the F? Why would you be all so nice and pleasant in front of Michael Jackson, and then when you're in the studio, you're saying something completely different? Why didn't you tell Michael Jackson that? I had enough with him too. So these people from the UK, nah, they come from the same branch of stuff.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.